You know, I heard they recently decided to add more hops to it.
And I'm in the front row, and I'm hammered drunk.
You do not have anything to drink. Can I get you a tasty refreshment?
Yes, I'll have a beer.
Wunderbar.
Hey, careful, man. There's a beverage here, huh? And welcome to another episode of the BuzzFace and Bros podcast. My name is Aaron, and I am joined by that grapefruit goblin, Andy.
What's up?
How you doing, good buddy?
Just peachy, man.
Peachy fucking keen.
Peachy fucking keen.
You got a little beverage for us to try there,
Yeah.
good buddy?
First off, I want to tell the listeners that we've been doing some cleaning up of the studio.
Yeah, some upgrades.
Some upgrades. I've painted the wall behind me. We've moved some stuff around. But pretty much when we moved stuff around, what was one of the things that was said?
Oh, I made a Step Brothers reference.
Yes. There's so much room for activities.
Yes, there is.
So, one of the beers that I bought when we were in Frankenmuth
In Michigan.
is actually, quote, "There's so much room for activities." It's a double-dried, hopped Imperial Hazy IPA from Evil Genius.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. The description on it is, "This little slice of heaven was brewed with wheat and oats for body
You don't have to read the entire thing.
and haze, crystal malt for color and sweetness, and a heaping double dose of Amarillo and Idaho 7 hops for a truly juicy experience. Strap in. Just ask your dad's permission before you borrow his boat."
Did your dad have a boat?
Maybe a paddle boat.
My dad's got a little 14-foot aluminum thing
Oh, yeah?
because he used to be part of we used to call it the club.
Oh,
It was they had like 4 different ponds.
that's hoppy.
You can smell the hops. I'll try it. I'm not a big IPA guy because, I mean, the flavor is usually, I mean, it's an IPA. The flavor is always there. You're like, oh, yeah, that's definitely a beer. But I think pretty much all IPAs pretty much taste about the same to me. But that's just me. I'm the guy who drinks. If I'm drinking beer, it's usually Busch Light. Danke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I got it because of the name. So
Prost.
Prost.
It's actually not bad.
Yeah.
Not
Surprisingly.
bad. Can I see the can?
Of course you can.
I see what you did there. Oh, yeah. We're going to put up a beer can shelf here.
Oh yeah. That's going on the show.
And it's got the bunk beds on there like from Step Brothers.
Exactly. It has
Yeah,
bunk
it's fantastic.
beds.
Dry hopped. It's one of the, yeah. Is that, it's just an aluminum can
With a sticker on it.
with a sticker on it. That's cool, though. Did we just become best friends?
I think we just became best friends. His Cops doesn't come on until 4:30.
His name is Galco. Do you ever watch the outtakes from anything?
No.
I might have went down a TikTok rabbit. I found an account
Oh boy.
on TikTok that was just outtakes from movies. And Will Ferrell, from what I hear, Will Ferrell he's not funny until you turn the camera on. And then he just somehow he flips a switch. And then
Really?
he's just the funniest motherfucker of all time.
Really?
He doesn't really ever, well, I don't want to say never because he broke character a couple times on SNL. But he's just so fucking hilarious. Eastbound and Down outtakes. He was in a few episodes of Eastbound and Down when he's talking about his plums. I can feel it down in my plums. And then Craig Robinson's in the corner just trying not to laugh, but it's the funniest fucking thing he's ever seen in his entire life.
Which buddy cop movie was he on?
The Other Guys.
The Other Guys.
I
that's
fucking
right.
love that movie with Marky Mark.
Yeah.
LRB, Little River Band.
Yeah. He was funny on that.
He was funny as fuck in that movie.
Yeah.
Well, he did. Will Ferrell, after he left SNL, he did what? He did Elf.
Elf. He's done
And then
Talladega Nights.
He did Elf, and then he did like Stranger Than Fiction, and then he went through a bunch of sports movies.
Mm-hmm.
He did Talladega Nights, and then he did
Blades of Glory.
Blades of Glory. I didn't like that one a lot. I had the kid.
He
Not
was
a kid. He was an adult, but the dude from Napoleon Dynamite. I didn't think that movie was funny. I only ever saw it once.
He was in.
Then he did Semi-Pro. That was a basketball movie.
Semi-Pro. He did the what was that? 2005 remake of The Producers.
Yeah, he was the writer.
Yes.
Of the
of the musical.
was it
play.
Hans or Franz or whatever Liebkind?
Yeah, Franz Liebken.
Yeah, he was in the movie version. He wasn't in the Broadway version. He was in the movie
Correct.
version. We did a lot of sports movies.
Yes,
and he said,
yes,
"I
he
don't
did.
want to do sport." Old School was in there somewhere too, but I don't want to do any more sports movies. So he's done doing sports movies.
Yeah, he's
Will
funny.
Ferrell, he's getting older. I just saw a clip of him. He went to USC, and his kid goes to USC, and his kid knows how to DJ. So he's like, "Dad, it would be funny as hell. You know, it's parents' weekend. It'd be funny as hell if you came and DJ'd this fucking house party after the football game." And he goes, "Okay."
Okay.
So there's clips on the internet of Will Ferrell with the headphones on DJing some sort of fucking frat party. It's funny as fuck, dude. Will Ferrell, I'm a big fan of Will Ferrell. I think he's
Yes.
funny.
Yes, he's funny.
Step Brothers is in there. I'm trying to think. He did a bunch of other shit with John C. Reilly too.
Didn't he was in a spoof Sherlock Holmes with John C. Reilly? Wasn't
Yeah, I
he?
never watched that. I heard it was hot trash.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was a Netflix movie. I heard it was hot garbage. Actually, Will Ferrell in Elf, I mean, obviously I only watch it for a month out of a year, but I adored Will Ferrell in Elf.
I think Elf was
Stranger Than Fiction, I
overrated.
finally sat down and watched that about a year ago, and
Oh,
that
yeah?
was a solid movie. It was a comedy movie. You know what? Fucking Maggie Gyllenhaal.
I'd have to see a picture of her.
She replaced. She was in Dark Knight. She was in Stranger Than Fiction. Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Oh,
She replaced fucking Tom Cruise's lady.
Okay,
What's her name? Maggie.
I can
It's got
picture her.
2 L's. Maggie. There you go. There's exactly
Yeah, I
what I'm
can
talking about.
picture her.
Yeah, this.
I know
chick.
who you're talking about. Yep.
I don't think. I think she's an okay actress.
Yeah.
She's all right.
Okay.
She's just okay. But I don't think she's over the top. But she got a lot of love interest parts, like the mid 2000s.
Yes.
You're talking. She was the love interest in Stranger Than Fiction. She was in Dark Knight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think what the fuck else. Secretariat? No. The
But
Secretary.
they replaced her for the Dark Knight.
Yeah, because
Or-
it was. Oh, what the fuck's her name?
Yeah.
Katie Holmes.
Yes.
Katie Holmes. Because Katie Holmes
Yes.
was in Batman Begins.
Correct.
And then they replaced her because Katie Holmes did some sort of traveling pants or some shit instead.
Yeah, she had
Instead of being in
scheduling
one of the
conflicts.
best movies of all fucking time.
Yes.
The best superhero movie of all time.
Exactly.
She decided
Nope.
to do traveling pants instead. But the rumor is Tom Cruise had his thumb on her the entire time they were together too. So who the fuck knows? I don't know. But I don't think Maggie Gyllenhaal. She was in a HBO show called The Deuce. Did you ever hear about that show?
I think I've heard about it.
Had James Franco. James Franco played a couple characters in it. It was about the 1970s. It was really well put together, and the sets were great, and the costumes were great. The 70s in certain neighborhoods in New York about porn, like how porn became mainstream. That's what the whole show was based around. Maggie Gyllenhaal played a hooker,
Okay.
and she tried to get into porn. She got into porn. I don't know. I watched the first season. It was good, and then I didn't watch the second season. There wasn't enough boobs, and it just wasn't. It was okay. It was just okay at best.
Like We're the Millers?
yes, not enough boobs.
Not enough boobs. That fucking show. That movie.
What?
We're
We're
the Millers?
You're just hoping for fucking Jennifer Aniston.
Man, I fucking... So I remember watching it. I think I watched it. I think we watched it as a family. So it was kind of awkward in that perspective. But yeah, we were like... We saw the more, rated TV R for nudity, blah, blah, blah.
Nudity.
And I'm like, awesome. We're going to see titties. And we didn't see any titties. Instead, I got to see a swollen ball sack and penis from the kid. And I just kind of went, this is some bullshit. There were no fucking titties.
No titties, and we're the Millers. But
Yeah.
they said the fuck word more than twice, so
Yeah.
it has to be rated R.
I was so pissed.
There was a documentary that came out, it was probably 10, 15 years ago, about the Ratings Association. The Ratings Association is just like 7 middle-aged people that sit in a room and decide what the rating should be.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, it's like 7 high-class people in LA that sit there and they screen movies and they go, I think it should be rated R. Or I think it should be rated PG-13.
That's some bullshit. I remember Mom. So Mom was a teacher, right? And so a few days, a year, she would have to, we can't do any classroom work because it's Teachers Institute or,
Sorry, I'm getting Maggie Gyllenhaal off the fucking screen.
That's
I can't
fine.
look at her anymore.
That's fine. But Mom would always be like, yeah, we've got, Teachers Institute or early dismissal
Or I'm hungover.
or not so much that, but
Your mom was never hungover for work.
No, never for work. Dad, on the other hand,
Looking back at it now, my elementary school teachers, thinking about it, I know they were hungover because we watched like Bill Nye the Science Guy or whatever.
Yeah, I saw a meme about that.
Miss
like,
Frizzle.
Like,
Because we're friends with teachers.
yeah, it's
We
like,
know teachers.
yeah, it's
And they go out and fucking hammered on a Tuesday.
exactly. It's like, all those teachers that you thought were just like cranky when you were
They were just
in school.
hungover.
Yeah, look
They
at
went out
your-
on a Tuesday and did karaoke and got way too shit faced.
exactly,
But didn't have any sick days left, so they still went to
so
fucking
they had
school.
to go to work. Exactly. But
I've seen the same episode of Bill Nye the Science Guy 7 times today. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. But mom a couple times every year went, especially towards the end of my high school college career, went, Andrew, I need
Oh, watch Superbad.
I need
Watch Pineapple Express.
Yeah, I need a movie. You have all your DVDs and bullshit. Like, find me a movie. It can only be rated G or PG.
Oh, dude, that limits you. That's Disney movies
Hey,
or
it's-
Shrek.
Well, so that's just it. Like, I started going.
There's a lot of dick jokes in Shrek, though.
So I
A lot
started
of dick
looking.
jokes hiding in Shrek. I
started-
respect him for it.
I
now,
know, right?
Rewatching it.
So I started looking, and I'm like, well, this is a really good movie. Like, I would highly suggest it. And I flip it over and look, and I'm like, PG-13, motherfucker.
Unbelievable.
And you're absolutely right. It's either like little kid shows that I only had because of nostalgia, or like bullshit.
So to get around the ratings, this is one example that I heard of. Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the South Park guys, they made Team America World Police, the puppet movie. And the rule is a lot of theaters won't show a movie that's rated X or NC-17. X is usually porn. NC-17 is no one, literally checking IDs, no one under 17 allowed. R, fuck it, you can get in there. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
PG-13 is everybody can get in. PG and G is everyone and their dog can see it and enjoy it, and then PG is kind of okay. But when they were making Team America World Police, they had a scene. Have you seen Team America?
No.
It's fantastic. You have to transport yourself back into a time during the Iraqi War, and when America was policing the world. Team America World Police.
Yeah.
And it's the South Park guys. You know it's going to be fucking ridiculous, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's a fantastic movie. But and there's a scene where two puppets fuck each other.
Oh, boy.
And what they did is they made the puppet scene so ludicrous and outlandish and just grotesque that they sent it to the ratings, the 7 people that are on the fucking ratings board. And then they sent it back and said, well, you should get rid of her pooping on his chest. And afterwards they said, oh, that's great, because we weren't going to put that shit in there anyway. So they made it so much more gross to achieve the R rating, so they could keep the puppet fucking scene in the movie of
Jesus fuck.
It's so great. If there's 2 guys, I watched some South Park today. If there's 2 guys that were destined to give the big fuck you to Hollywood, it was Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Yes.
I fucking love South Park. They during COVID, because what they do with South Park, I think I've talked about this before, but they make an episode in 6 fucking days.
In 6 days.
That's how they stay so relevant. So they start on Thursday morning,
Mm-hmm.
and then the episode airs on Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to finish the episode by Wednesday at like 5 p.m. LA time.
Yeah.
West Coast time. So they have, they only make 10, 12 episodes a season now. So all these people that are in the office work 100-hour days, 100-hour weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You can't work a 100-hour day. That's ridiculous. But they're
maths and
you basically you live at your office at your cubicle, either somehow creating this fucking show.
Yep.
For 10, 12 weeks out of the year, and then that's it. That's all you have to do for the entire year. But they have been giving giant fuck yous to Hollywood since they hit the scene, and I think 97 is when South Park came out. I mean, they've been doing it for a long
97?
time. Yeah. 97, 98, something like that. I'm a big fan of South Park. Now, South Park isn't as funny as it used to be, but
no,
they are still creative and they still hit points.
Yes.
That they can stay so relevant.
Because they have such a fast turnover rate for their episodes.
Right. It doesn't take 9 months to fucking produce an episode like Family Guy
or Futurama
or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't spend 3 years making a season of fucking something.
Correct.
A whole entire calendar year of making a season of Futurama or The Simpsons or something like that.
Yeah.
Internet Movie Database. But I think it came out in like 97. Big fan of South Park.
Oh yeah.
It's and
then they did the Book of Mormon.
Yes.
That is a
Actually, I watched the Mormon episode of South Park today.
Oh, have you?
Between
Did
my
you?
naps. Yes.
Very nice. I want to go watch the Book of Mormon.
Have you seen the South Park episode?
I have not. I don't know if I've actually seen the South Park episode.
South Park is fantastic because they rag on nobody is safe.
No.
There's nobody that's off limits to making to make fun of.
Yeah.
They
You
make
can't tell me that I'm discriminatory when I
make fun of everyone.
everybody equally.
Yes. They ragged. There's an episode they ragged on the Mormons. That's how a lot of America, a lot of teenagers and people in our generation learned about the crazy shit that the Scientologists believe in. They had that episode, and at the bottom of the episode, this is what they actually believe. You know what I mean? And it's just so ridiculous and outlandish, and they animate it, and it's fantastic. They make fun of celebrities, and no celebrity is safe.
None.
They
is safe.
Very early on, I think it was Jay Leno.
Well, they have the fucking disclaimer right in their beginning credits.
Right.
Is,
impersonations are done poorly.
Yes, poorly and in a completely satirical.
Well, that's the magic of the First Amendment.
yes.
As long as it's classified under satire, you can make fun of anything you want. As long
Correct.
as it's not defamatory. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yep.
It's satire. It's classified as satire. You're protected.
Yes.
No court case unless it's actually slander or defamatory.
Mm-hmm.
You're good. If it's considered under satire, that's how SNL has existed for almost 50 fucking years.
Correct.
South Park, 1997. That's when
Oh,
it
wow.
came out.
My brother maybe still has the first season of South Park.
It's fantastic.
What is that? The box set
Yeah.
DVDs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when Walmart used to sell or Target used to sell, oh, here's season 1, here's season 2, here's season
Correct.
3.
He had season 1.
You'd have to piece together the entire collection
Correct.
before streaming existed.
Correct.
So I have every season of 1 through 8 of Futurama or whatever the fuck it is.
He also had season 1 of Futurama.
I have all of Psych. I have all of Burn Notice.
I have most of the new Who.
New Who?
Yeah, the Doctor Who. The
Yeah.
new Doctor Who.
Oh, yeah.
Season 1 through, I think, 9?
All right, Squirrel Man. I want to get Jay Leno wanted to be on like an episode. He wanted to be a voice or whatever, and they said, "You know what? Well, we have a part for you, but you got to be a cat."
Meow.
So Jay Leno went to the studio and recorded meow, 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 and that's it. And so Jay Leno is credited as being a fucking cat on South Park. Fuck you.
Meow. Meow.
I'm a big fan of those guys. I think they made out okay. They were smart.
Oh, yeah.
The first season came out, and it was such a big success, and they wanted to sign him on for 5, whatever, however many more seasons. I don't know the exact number, and they go, well, you know what? We'll do them, but we want a cut of the merch. So Trey Parker's worth $600 million. Matt Stone's worth $500 million.
I was going to say.
They're not doing too bad.
No.
They're fine.
Yeah.
And they
fine.
only work, 3 months out of the year.
If that.
Yeah, 3 months out of the year. That's not too bad.
No.
And they could do whatever the fuck they want on the side.
I wish I could do that.
And that'd be nice, right?
It would be fucking awesome.
It'd be real fucking nice. I'm a big fan of South Park. Now, I don't watch South Park as much as I used to, but I still respect what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in all honesty, they could give it up any time, and everybody's like, well, all right, you win.
Yeah.
Yeah, you win. It was on for fucking 20-something seasons. You win.
Correct.
You can just fuck off for the rest of your life.
And that was one of the first.
Like these old-ass actors in Hollywood, like Harrison Ford. Dude's pushing 80, and he's still out there fucking making Indiana Jones movies.
I know, right?
You won, dude. You're good. Like,
That in South Park.
enjoy your time.
They
Fuck.
were one of the first people to do the whole when the actor dies and piecemeals their voice together.
Oh, yeah, okay. What they did though.
Yeah.
So there's conflicting stories. I don't know the true story, but Isaac Hayes, the gospel singer, well, he was an R&B singer, I guess, but then he turned to gospel. But then he joined Scientology. He was the voice of Chef.
Yeah.
He was like the celebrity on South Park.
Yeah.
He had a very small bit part,
Yeah.
So one rumor is that he had joined the Church of Scientology, and they had kept the Scientology episode on the back burner, and we have to do an episode of Scientology. And he got pissed and left. So then the first episode of the next season, they cut together all the unused dialogue from Chef and made him a pedophile. But the other story is that he just got sick and he couldn't do it anymore. And they just made an episode about Chef being a pedophile and like killed him off. I want to believe the Scientology story.
Yes.
They did the Scientology episode. This is what they actually believe. The fucking 747 jets carrying old souls, and they land in volcanoes and shit. You know what I mean? And fucking,
Yeah.
I want to believe that more than Isaac Hayes got sick and couldn't do it anymore. I want to believe that he got pissed off because they were making fun of his religion. His religion that was written by a science fiction writer, L. Ron Hubbard.
Well, it would be. I could totally see that being the case, since I've known a few people who've gone to see the Book of Mormon and have walked out because they didn't know what they were getting into.
What are you talking about? From what I heard, most Mormons are into the Book of Mormon.
Correct. Most Mormons are into the Book of Mormon. These were like Catholics and Lutherans and all that stuff.
Like regular,
just
old
Regular
Midwestern
old,
religions.
Correct. Most other Christian, like, it sounds bad, but most Christian Bible thumpers go there because they
didn't know that the Mormons had an whole extra book
not even
tacked
that,
on at the end of the
just-
regular Bible.
Just when you have a song that says "fuck you, God."
We looked that up. We've talked about this. We looked it up. It doesn't actually mean fuck you, God.
I understand it doesn't actually mean that, but it's presented that way.
Yes.
It tends to turn off religious people.
I think it's hilarious. I personally am not religious.
And so I've heard many...
I would much rather sleep in, have a Bloody Mary, and wait for kickoff on a Sunday morning.
Sundays in rural Illinois.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes. But I've heard many people go there to watch the Book of Mormon because, it was up for whatever fucking Academy Award. What is it? Tonys. It's been up for Tonys and all that stuff. And before, intermission, they get pissed off and they get up and they leave. So it does not surprise me if South Park would piss off one of their voice actors by making fun of their religion.
And then kill him off by
And then
making
kill
him
him
a
off.
fucking a pedophile.
Yeah.
He joins a club of pedophiles.
Yeah. Oh,
That sounds very South Park-ish.
it's almost like, oh, you want to say fuck us? Well, you know what? No. We're going to make your character that you built up fucking horrible. How do we do that? Let's make him join a group of pedophiles.
Yeah, right. It's the biggest fuck you.
Exactly.
They,
Oh, fuck us? All right, well, fuck you.
we're gonna make fun of you on our show.
Exactly.
And because it's satire, you can't do shit.
Exactly.
They put the disclaimer at the front.
Yep.
And it's covered under the First Amendment. They can't do fuck all.
Can't touch us.
Bitch.
I said,
Bitch. You said that though.
what?
Now you're talking about other comedy gold in Key and Peele.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's got to be my favorite skit. The Aaron thing is pretty good.
The Aaron is pretty good.
The Ghetto Hogwarts is pretty good.
Yeah, that's
But
pretty good.
But
Slap ass was okay.
nah, I didn't like that. I know we talked about that before.
But
it's
I
said bitch. You said that though.
What? And you will get it.
She said, "Be ready at 6:45." I'm in the car at 6:45. 7:15. She goes, "Are you ready?" I said, "Bitch."
You said that though?
You said that.
The best part is when they're out in outer space.
Yeah.
And he goes, hold on. And next thing you know, he's floating outside the fucking space station. I said, bitch. And he starts floating away into space. Said, bitch. Or when they're in the tree house.
Yeah.
The tree.
And they hug the tree.
Yeah. Honey.
Where are those guys?
I don't know. Let's go back in and check the den. I said, bitch.
Thinking about it out loud, other than you and your lady, we don't really have any other couple friends. I don't know. You guys don't really count as couple friends, though. I know you have a bunch and shit, but I'm just saying, like me and my lady, we don't really have couple friends.
No, you guys really don't.
Nope.
Wow. We kind of do. Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got.
We don't have kids. A lot of people our age have children, and it's disgusting and loud and.
What? You don't want little blue Smurfs eating cookie cake?
Definitely not. No.
You fucking ass.
For the record, I brought a cookie cake over the other day. I caught a sale on a cookie cake, okay?
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah, that's what it said on it. And I caught a sale on a cookie cake, and I'm like, it was just sitting at our house, and it wasn't my idea to bring it down.
Whose was it?
Who do you think? It was at our house.
If it wasn't you, it means it was my sister.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not about to say fuck you to my sister.
Well, you guys were cooking dinner, and she's like, well, we can take the cookie cake for dessert. And I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. It's just sitting there. It's an excuse to eat it. And it had, like, blue frosting on it.
Blue fucking frosting.
Did you have to scrub that out of the children?
Jesus fuck. Let's take a cookie cake with blue staining frosting.
When I bought it, it was half off because it was about to expire or whatever. It was still moist. It was moist.
Moister than an oyster.
It was moist as fuck, even 3 days after I bought it.
Dude.
Bruh.
All I can say is
Delightful. It was entertaining, to say the least.
it was entertaining, but you guys didn't have to deal with
Fuck no. We
cleaning
noped.
the kids.
All right, bye.
Cool. You guys are good. We out. Deuces.
And we drove the golf cart home.
Yeah.
And
And left me and my wife to clean up the little gremlins
uh-huh.
with blue fucking mouths and fingers. And, yeah. it was-
Cheekbones and shoulder blades. And
Oh, Jesus.
it got everywhere. It got on the dog.
It got on the dog. It got into double chins. It was everywhere.
Because your son is shaped just like you.
It was my daughter.
Oh,
that
she's
was
pretty round too.
Yeah, she is.
This has been another episode of the Buzz Basement Bros podcast. My name is Aaron.
And I'm Andrew.
Find us on the Twitter.
Instagram.
Email us. That was the third thing.
Yes.
Email us.
Buzz Basement Bros podcast at gmail.com.
We out.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.